also do your like countings really punchy so that it's not like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to fucking do. Oh my fucking... Alright, I quit. I quit the show. I quit. I can't work with this man anymore.
Hi, everybody. We're all tired.
Hey, good news. Dan, I got some great news.
What?
I just got a call for my buddies over at Epic, and we're an Epic exclusive now.
Oh, are we Epic exclusive?
We're Epic exclusive now. I got the call. Cliffy B called me himself.
Yeah.
Woo! Alright, so how long until people hate us then?
Now.
Or do the Chinese, do the Chinese have all our information then?
No. Don't check your phone for the next 3 to 7 weeks. I guarantee you do not want to see what people are writing about us right now.
It's okay. Yeah. Good. Well,
Is it fan fiction?
Yeah, I wish it was fan fiction.
I don't need that.
It depends. Do you consider colorful ways for us to fuck ourselves fan fiction, or better, colorful death threats? Do you consider that fan fiction?
The latter more so than the former.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Like, really, anything's fan fiction if you try hard enough.
I mean, it's true. I guess the fan is the operative word here. Are you a fan of something if you want them to die horribly? I mean, I guess you're passionate about something, so maybe you're a fan.
I was gonna say, have you ever been on any subreddit for anything ever? Because
yes, because I don't think any subreddit is a fan of anything. I'll be honest. I don't think Reddit is capable of happiness or anything besides whining.
Something.
Yeah. Well, since we're on the Epic Store now, I've got a brand new game for us to try.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Let's do
Give
it.
me a sneak peek.
Yeah. Okay, so this game is called Ill Compute.
Oh.
In this game, I'm going to give you I'm going to one by one go through a list of titles, and you'll have to tell me, is it a game of ill repute, or is it a computer-generated title that my expert algorithm generated?
Oh my god, I'm so glad we're on the Epic Store for this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. Also, the order of these titles has been completely randomized, also by a computer.
Ooh.
So, really, this is more computer than me making this game.
That's my favorite kind of game.
Bring in the fourth co-host, the fourth new co-host, Tyler's computer. Get in here, buddy.
Does this unit have a soul?
Oh god, don't you hit me with that. What is my purpose?
What is my purpose?
All right. So, to start us off with this, our first title is Lyric of Arrogance.
Oh.
Lyric of Arrogance. That sounds like a shitty RPG Maker game.
I'm saying
Doesn't
bullshit.
it?
I don't think that's real.
You don't think that's a real game?
I don't think
what
that's
do you
real.
say, Dan?
I think it's a game.
You think it's a game?
Yeah, I
that
think it's
is not a game. That was
Damn
something
it.
that the computer generated. It's a pretty good algorithm.
That's a really. That was a coin flip for me. I was like, that could totally be an RPG Maker game. I was like,
that's
I'm
an
not.
RPG Maker game. It sounds like one.
Wait, what's it called? I'm writing that down for when I make an RPG Maker game.
Lyric of Arrogance.
He plays a half-demon lord.
There will be a few of these ones that I'm like, maybe I will make a game.
just because it's not something.
All right, the next in this randomized order is Baptizer.
Game.
What do you
I'm
think,
doubling
Dan?
down. I think it's also a game.
You think it's also a game?
I
It is
think it's
sadly not.
Damn,
Damn.
fuck. Damn.
All right, that puts Trey. You lose a point for getting that wrong, and since
Wait.
I didn't have any points,
Wait, is that how?
I'm not
shit.
keeping score at all.
No. It's still one zip. You got me.
No.
Okay. I'll let you guys determine how the scoring works because I didn't think
got
through
it.
that at all.
Oh, don't worry. I'm already working on it.
He's lawyering
All right.
up right now.
The next game in this is Front Page Sports Football.
love that. Okay, I'm gonna say game not because I think it's a game. I just really want that to be a game. I want that to be a game on Steam right now. Front page sports football.
I'm gonna say not a game, just so I can finally be wrong about something actually being a game.
It is a game.
God
yes!
damn it!
Wait, I'm gonna buy that right now. Where is it?
It is on Steam.
Yeah, that's your
you can
punishment.
buy
Right?
that
You have
game
to play that game
on Steam.
wait. Before we go on, I have to see a description of this game, just real quick.
The game has, well, just I will give you a brief little summary here. The game was made by a company named Cyanide Studio.
Okay.
Features.
I know Cyanide Studio.
Over 2003. I don't know if it is that Cyanide Studio. But anyway, it features
$10.
Yeah. It features over 2,300 football plays. And includes both 2D and 3D replays of plays that you made. Yeah, no, it's
step into the manager's shoes with front page sports football. Recruit, train, and coach your players to victory. Delve into the opposition strategy with replays and stats. Create a customized game plan from thousands of plays. And push your players' skills to new limits. Also, very negative. Also, this guy says... Wow, there's no funny reviews here.
No.
I
wish there was.
That's how you know it's bad.
It's just angry people. Wow, this is new. There's not even like a funny thumbs up like it was okay. 404,000 hours on record, like something like that.
Yeah. Nope. I found some crappy games.
Wow, this is amazing. This is the worst. This game must
technology.
All right, let's move on to the next one though. Here, the next one is Your Mortgage.
That's real. That has got to be real. I swear to God.
I'm gonna say real too. I think that's real.
It is not.
Oh my fucking god!
I had to check all these two to make sure they were not real games. But yeah, nope. Great title though. All right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's not one of those shitty life sim games.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. It's like a shitty life sim game.
I think we've had a good mix here, but all right, let's move on. I've got another 3 left, so let's get through these.
All right, yeah.
Next title, Shadow of Something.
Wait, it's literally called Shadow of Something?
It is literally called Shadow of Something.
It's gotta be a game.
That sounds like something an algorithm would make, but it feels like I'm being tricked here, because like that sounds like something an algorithm would make, but that's the game that somebody spent a lot of time on.
No, that's like somebody's like freshman year frickin' games, like weekend game jam project, Shadow of Something.
Yeah, Shadow of Something.
It's a game.
Yeah. Okay, you say it's a game.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it's not.
You're gonna say no? It is a game.
Yeah. Damn it! I knew it. I knew it was a game.
Also on the Steam platform, it is by a company that calls itself Fun Ghosts Haunted Fun Factory LLC. It features a day-night cycle. Quote, state-of-the-art weather system.
Coveted systems, yes.
Over 5 usable weapons.
Over 5?
Over 5.
Oh my God, what if it only has 6 weapons?
It probably only has 6. But
that one up. Oh my God. God in heaven and Satan in hell. That's perfect.
Oh, it's only $3, so at least it's not Football Manager.
That is true.
Over 5.
I think it is you're getting chased by some shadowy creature or something like that. I honestly didn't put that much work into looking.
This is such an asset. This is such an asset float.
Oh, it very much is.
This is the most asset float.
All right. Let's flip on over to our next title here, though. Fading Visage.
I don't think that's real.
Yeah, I don't think that's real.
It is real.
Holy shit, Tyler, you did too good. You did too good on these. Yeah. You got us good.
I liked it. No, because... Wait, what type of game is Fading Visage?
Fading Visage also looks like an asset flip game. It features lots of fog and copy and paste trees, and is by a small company that calls itself Joystick Knights. It definitely looks like something I might have made in college. All right, and for our last title here, Bootleg Simulator.
Bootleg Sync Simulator.
Whatever Trey says, I'm going to have to go to opposite to try and tie up the score here.
Okay. I'm going to say that's not a game.
I think it is a game.
It is not a game.
Fuck! Okay.
Yes!
3-1.
But
Trey's the master.
I'm a master of finding names. Yeah, what do I win?
I don't know, but I will
you
give
get
you
to play
some.
all 3 of those real games.
Shit, what's that? More gin for me? That's what I win?
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I like
No.
gin, so that's a good prize then.
Trey, you get to play through Something Shadows now.
Oh fuck no. Oh no. Not like this.
Yes, like this.
I don't want to win anymore.
With this new game, I'll leave you off on just a few honorable mentions that the random generator came up with. One of them is fondue and acetylene. And another one is wordplay and bastard copters.
Wordplay. Yes.
It's just like an edgy fucking Words with Friends game.
Yo.
Bastard copters and wordplay.
Yes.
I don't know. I still love front page sports football. I don't know why. This game looks like the most boring thing I've ever seen.
That title feels like it's missing a colon in there. Like it's supposed to be like front page sports
football. Like,
yeah, like a front
just
page spirit, like a backyard. You know, there was like backyard games, kids, whatever.
Yeah, backyard sports or backyard games. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'd be like backyard base. Maybe it was just called backyard baseball.
It might have just been that. But didn't they also have like backyard like football and
like
backyard
football? So it was like the backyard series. They didn't have a colon. Why does the front page sports football?
Yeah, well, in that case, just do it like front page football or front page like.
Well, I'm not entirely convinced that this company who made it is a native English speaker, so I think that might be why.
Yep. But yeah, that was our first ever game of ill compute.
I liked it.
That.
Let's do that again.
It might come back. It will not likely be an every episode thing.
No. Let's not make it a weekly series. Let's just surprise them. Let's get them with that hot shit.
We'll do it occasionally. It's when I have some good ones.
We need some game show music.
Alright, Tyler,
Alright, just loop that. Just loop it. Just loop that.
Loop that in the background, just like lower down, you know, so it's just like
and then throw some Wilhelm screams in there just for funsies. Alright. Anyway.
So moving on to the podcast proper.
onto like actual thing.
Yeah, you like that, you fucking shit goblins? You like that shit? You like that game show we gave you? You fucking trash people? How you guys been? Like you guys had a good week? You guys do a lot of things?
Are you talking to us or the goblins?
No, you guys. What?
Oh.
I don't talk to them. I just kind of yell at them. I'm not talking. Talking is a conversation. I'm not having a conversation. I'm just yelling at them.
Talking at them.
I yell at my cat too. I don't consider that a conversation.
It might meow back though. At least it can respond.
True.
Or it might just pull out its claws and swipe at you. You know.
Yeah, she more just kind of looks at me like she's gonna kill me in my sleep. That's kind of her thing. But you know.
I mean, me and Bernard have conversations, but that's because he's the only thing who can't ever leave me.
You can't.
I'm going stir crazy. I have not left my apartment in a week. Everything's gone wrong, Trey.
I'm so sorry. Dan.
Oh, no.
I did it to myself by quitting my job. But anyway, I've been all right.
Probably means you've been playing a lot of them games, though, right?
I have been. Well, more so I've been
games?
playing through some things. I've been trying to finish through Raving Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It's good. I feel like the last level that I'm on now, some of the bosses just take a difficulty spike out of nowhere.
I feel like a lot of games do that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of tactics games specifically. Like they just, it feels like there's becomes a point where like the numerical values just become so high that this it just spikes all of a sudden. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've yet to find a tactics game that I like and also has a difficulty curve that you could describe as a curve and not just like a sheer cliff.
I think the closest one I could maybe get it would be like Radiant Dawn on any mode be like lower than hard mode, because my god, Radiant Dawn on hard mode is a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, I always think I think most of the
The
Fire
last
Emblem games
level.
are a little too easy most of the time, unless you're playing like on the lunatic difficulty.
Yeah.
So, minus like a random crit you might get, like that might hit you out of nowhere. I feel like most of them are pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
I mean, Path of Radiance is probably the hardest I've ever had, just because there's no grinding, so you just have to who you have is who you have. So that was kind of.
Yeah, Radiant Dawn's almost the same way, especially because they split your army up into one spot, and you do like alternating chapters with them. So it's like, all right, if you want to use these good units, you better level them. But that's neither here nor there. More so than playing things, I've been watching a lot of things. Nothing like new, at least nothing like too new, because the season, like the anime season, finished up recently. And again, my same recommendations are watch Mob Psycho and Kaguya-sama, especially after their finales.
Yeah. Oh, I need to watch this finale of Mob Psycho. Speaking of,
Oh, it was good.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
I'll
won't
watch
talk
that
spoilers
tonight.
or anything. Tyler, I know you watched it, right?
I did. I am kind of curious as to who a certain character is and if he's at all significant or if he just like seemed to stand out for no apparent reason. But yeah, we can talk about that at another time.
Yeah. But no, and then I've just been watching. I just got into. I don't know how this gem skipped over me, like whenever it came out, but there's a Netflix special called Michael Bolton's Sexy Halloween Special. It's not Halloween, Valentine's Day.
I haven't heard of this.
It's great. Well, and apparently, because it's Michael Bolton, who, you know, and it was co-produced by Comedy Bang Bang and The Lonely Island, who are some of the funniest people out there.
Yeah,
man.
they're pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, so
how have I not heard of this?
Yeah, right? Well, because Netflix did it almost looked the same as when Netflix did A Very Murray Christmas with Bill Murray, and that thing is garbage. But, yeah, watch Michael Bolton's Sexy Valentine's Day. I don't know why I keep saying Halloween. Halloween is the sexiest holiday, but Sexy Valentine's Day special. Yeah.
Valentine's Day actually the least sexy holiday.
Yeah,
or
really.
one of the least.
Everybody eats a lot of. You either like go out to get dinner, and it's usually pasta, and you're just filled up on carbs and pasta and sauce, and then you eat chocolate.
Just tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exhausting day, and you're like trying to get reservations to places,
or you're
and every
single,
place is full.
And then it's like
it's
really the least sexy holiday.
Yep.
But anyway, that's been my last week of isolation. What have you guys been doing? I hear you guys have a show to talk about.
Oh yeah, well, I'm not caught up, but I'm halfway through OA because since Tyler talked to me about it.
Yep.
I am so fucking confused. I have no idea what's going on. Oh my lord, I have zero clue what's happening. Like, I think I like it. I'm pretty sure I like it. I have fucking what is happening?
I feel like OA is always this way, where it's basically like a fever like dream.
Yeah, it's like a fever dream. I feel like the first season was more grounded though, because you spent most of your time either in a flashback or in that one little town.
That's true. There was basically like two different like timelines that you kind of followed throughout.
Yeah, this one there's like fucking who the fuck knows how many like.
Yeah, and you're following tons of characters.
It's so like 6 or 7 characters this time that you're following around.
Yeah. And ooh man, yeah, I don't know how much sense it's going to make at the end either, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I am glad that they kind of that they explained the ending a little bit more, because like I was a little bit let down by the ending of the first season. I thought it was an anticlimax.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of think that was supposed to be an anticlimax, and they just like it was popular enough they just decided to keep going.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if minor spoilers for not minor, I guess. I don't know if spoilers for the first season matter, though. We might just say a little bit here.
Yeah, I don't want to get like too spoiled, because like I think people should watch it. I don't want to I really think this show is very much detrimented by spoiling things. Like, it's not is. It's not a show. It's not like a lot of shows we talk on here where if you spoil something, it really doesn't change much about it. But this one, you will actually have things ruined by spoiling it, by saying things.
Yeah, I didn't think the show was going to get a second season though from the first one. Like,
me neither. I thought it was over. I thought the end was pretty much.
I thought it was a story. Yeah, I thought like, it was a
definitive.
complete
It had a
story.
beginning, middle, end. It was pretty.
This second season does not end that way. It very much is like third
Open-ended?
season.
Okay. Well, I mean, hopefully.
It's
I mean,
not
if it's
Netflix
good.
magic then.
Yeah.
Yup,
I will say, cinematography in this show is very good. Very good cinematography. I really enjoy.
Yes.
Very weird shot composition. Like, there's some the directors of the show have some very interesting ideas of what a shot should be.
Yeah, the whole show is, I don't know. It's a weird show. It's fun. Like, well,
Oh yeah, it's a ride. That's the best
It
way I
is.
can describe it to anybody. It's like it's a fucking ride. It's just I think a fever dream is a pretty good way to describe it. Where it's
Yep.
just like both seasons, especially season 2 though, where it's just like you're not gonna get a lot of information a lot, but you're just gonna be along for it, and like the mysteries are interesting enough where like I really want to know what's happening.
yeah.
That was the same thing with the first season too. The writers of the show are really good at like getting you interested in a concept and then like not telling you anything about it for a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
just
like
drip feeding it to you.
that whole thing about the app and everything that the second season
Yeah,
is
like that was
all around.
super interesting. I was like, whoa, that's super cool. I really want, but like then we just don't talk about it for a while, and it's just
That's
like,
true.
oh,
And it kind of
shit.
comes to like basically you get everything you're gonna get out of it. I think about 4 episodes in.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Like there's a lot of really interesting. I don't even want to say sci-fi. I guess it's like psychological. I don't really know what you'd even call it. I don't think this is.
Yeah,
It's like really, really soft sci-fi. If it's sci-fi.
yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like it feels in some ways kind of like fantastical, like, but not necessarily like sci-fi. Like they try to explain everything through sci-fi, but it's more supernatural.
Yeah, it's like sci-fi in the same way like Star Wars is sci-fi. Whereas I mean, like, well, even less. I guess more like Star Trek, where it's like.
Yeah.
This shit is magic. Fuck you, but like we'll try and describe it in ways that makes it seem like it could happen, sort of.
Yeah, I will say, like I did surmise last episode, I think, that things might have been like quantum physics. They did not come out and say that during the season.
Okay, all right, that's good. None of that quantum physics mumbo jumbo. None of that like Steins Gate quantum physics shit.
Or even worse, that Bunny Senpai one. Yeah.
It's one character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. It was one character in that
She
show.
thinks she's so fucking smart because she thinks quantum physics can do anything.
I mean, nobody could prove her wrong, though.
No, it's true. Nobody could prove her wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So for all we know, it was quantum physics. It makes sense to me.
I mean, in their world, I think it actually was quantum physics. Like, if quantum physics worked the way it obviously works the way she says it does in their world, so whatever.
Yeah. But,
How about it?
Yeah, no, this new season, sadly, like, Old Knight was probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
In the season, and he's basically there for one episode.
No, he's not a long staying character. He was cool though. He was interesting.
Oh man, when he just shows up, you're just like, huh, that's
very that episode. That's the episode I ended off on. That was the fucking weirdest episode all season. I was just like,
goodness, yeah.
What's going? What the fuck? I mean, this is a spoiler I don't care about sharing because I don't fucking know what this is about. What is that choir of children doing? What are they doing there? What is that about? Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. That's never really explained. It's just they're there.
They're just there. They're in a fucking nightclub, and there's just some fucking like blind children just singing. Like, what is that? What? Why?
Yep,
that's the show.
See, Dan, that's the kind of show we're dealing with.
Yeah, I'm more so. This seems like the type of show I just want to read the wiki and just be like, oh, is that what that meant?
Except for the wiki is probably going to be just like, these are theories.
Yeah, these are theories, because they don't come out and tell you a lot of shit. So,
nope.
Like there was a ton of theories in the end of the first season of whether or not things were the way they seemed or not.
And that's what I loved about the first season. It's just this whole kind of thing of like, is like, basically the whole story is.
Yeah, okay, here's a complaint. Yeah, actually, now that you bring that up, or I don't know, somebody brought it up. I do kind of hate that they kind of retcon some of the shit from the first season.
Yeah.
Especially in regards to some books that a character finds.
Yes.
That because I kind of liked it being up in the air. I kind of liked it being like, maybe it's not as cut and dry as it seems. Because like, now it's basically like, it's literally confirmed, but I kind of like the idea of it being ambiguous.
They needed a reason for those characters to stay in it, because I think without that, at least one of them would have just been done.
Yeah, that character definitely would have been out. But it's just like, it felt bad because I like the idea that things might not be as cut and dry as it seemed. Like, I always like that grounding in stories like this. Also, some of the episode where they reintroduced those characters was interesting. Cause I don't know how the fuck any of them found anything in that city 2 hours away. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah, no, that's
that seemed really random. It was really random, the stuff that happened there.
Pretty much, but there
I
almost seems to
it,
be
so.
almost like a fate sort of aspect to the show in the second season.
For sure. That definitely didn't seem to exist as much in the first season.
No.
I mean, there was definitely a fate aspect, especially with dealing with like the 6 characters. Like there had to be like there was definitely some sort of fate-liness going there.
I will say
like,
one thing that was really cool that I learned about the show is the one character is what's the character's name, Burke or something like that.
Which one?
The transgender.
Oh yeah, the I don't remember. Buck,
that might be it. But yeah, that character. Apparently Netflix was very specific. Like, they went to a casting agency and they were like, we want a female to male transitioning Asian American girl or person. Boy, yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So wait, so Buck, that actor is actually transgender?
That character, that person is actually transgender.
All right. Because they show pictures of him as a girl in the new season too. So I was like, okay,
yes.
I was confused. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if that was true or not. But that's cool though. I mean, that's it must have been a real short list. I would imagine.
Well, they said that basically the casting people were like, is there any points you're willing to negotiate on? And they said no. Find us this person.
Find us an Asian American transgender,
and so they ended
up
going on to basically a whole bunch of kind of transgender groups and stuff like that, and posting, and they got tons of replies.
That's nice. Okay.
Or at least more than they thought, and then obviously they found a great actor.
Yeah,
for that role.
no, Buck. Yeah, no, the actor who plays Buck is very good. I didn't know that. I thought it was a woman who was just playing a transgender role.
Oh no, yeah. Netflix has been pretty good about that.
Yeah, no, I do like the fact that they don't try and be like, oh, look how PC we're being right now. They never look at you in the face and be like that.
Yeah,
mostly.
Well, the fact that you didn't even know some of that, it could have very well been, and you wouldn't know. Yeah,
they bring up the fact that Buck's transgender, mostly because Buck's mom keeps calling him a girl.
Yes.
But besides that nobody really mentions it. Mm-hmm. Even in the first season, there's a little bit of it, but they don't care. I know for this one of the characters is gay, and they kind of make a deal about it, but they don't
Yeah,
they don't really,
there was one uncomfortable scene.
That was very uncomfortable because it just kind of came out of nowhere. It didn't really. It seemed like they were just throwing it in there just because there wasn't even any conflict about it. That's the main thing. Why even mention it? You could have just you could have just showed pictures of him with a boyfriend or something. I don't if this doesn't serve a story purpose, why is it in the story, right?
Yeah, well, for me, the uncomfortable thing was the morning they woke up in the church.
Oh yeah,
that part. Like
that part where he,
rest of it
where he finds out about it. I didn't care that much. The guy was really old, was like way older than him, which is a little weird. Yeah, but whatever. I assume he's like an adult. Whatever, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I nothing about that. I was more just like, what is this plot going somewhere? Is there going to be like a conflict with somebody about his? Maybe there will be. Like maybe his parents will find out about it at some point. I don't know. And they'll be upset about it.
Possibly. Well, and the
like,
other.
I don't care.
Well,
I'm
not going to say there's things that happen towards the
end
of the season.
Yeah. I haven't finished it, so like
there's still
there's still time for
huge
things that
happen still. So
okay, all right, yeah. So I won't like say anything about it. Then I'll just be like, I hope they do something with that because I hate when shows put spotlights on stuff like that just to be PC as opposed to just being like why unless it has something to do with the plot, why put a spotlight on it?
Yeah,
it's sort of my thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, to bring Dan a little bit back into the conversation again,
I was like, I don't know who any of these characters are, but
yeah, Dan Buck, Dan is Buck.
Yeah,
you know.
You just okay.
But I got around to watching Land of the Lustrous since the last episode.
Did you finish it?
I did.
Ooh.
How'd you like? When that was quick. First of all, second of all, how'd you like it?
Wasn't it a short season?
Yeah, it's like 12 episodes.
It's only 12 episodes,
yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
I have no life.
So, I mean, that's still like 6 hours, right? So
yeah.
I watch like an episode or two before I go to bed each night. Yeah, doesn't take long.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. I wasn't. I don't know if I'm crazy about some of the concept stuff of the world. I liked the character change.
Yeah, the thought for Foss. Yeah,
I liked Foss's progression throughout the story. Heck, I even liked how some of the other characters progressed even just a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Throughout it, which seems like it's one of those things that it shouldn't really happen much because they're supposed to be kind of almost eternal, unchanging.
Yeah. Well, here's something I don't remember if they touched it too much on the anime front. Is that a lot of time passes and you don't even really understand. Like they don't really impart that very well to the. Like, there's a point, I don't remember if it's in the manga or not, where I think it's Foss goes to sleep or something, and it's 100 years later when she wakes up, but nobody seems to like everyone just acts like she's just been asleep for a day or two.
Yeah. Well, and that's even that thing where it's it's when winter happens or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We don't actually know how long that winter is.
That's true. Yeah, I was wondering if that's more of an ice age kind of
Yeah, well, yeah. The characters. I think the characters are so old that they don't even understand what time is. Even they don't really get it.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting. Their character progression. They progressed as a character, but I don't know how much time has passed since the last time you saw them.
Yeah.
No, I can see what you're saying with some of the world stuff, though, but you gotta...
Yeah, no, I wasn't... I don't know. I'm not crazy about the whole, flesh, soul, bone thing.
Yeah, that's something that is what made me start not liking the manga so much, because I get more into it, later. And I honestly think that that's probably the biggest thing holding the series back, is that bit. Also, the fact that the whole Fos arc kind of gets a little cyclical at one point, where it's the whole Fos keeps losing pieces of herself, and that's kind of her story.
Yeah, well, it seems I don't know how much more unless she loses things she gained previously, how much more she can really lose.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that that's the whole thing where it's that. I mean, that's the concept that I like the most in the show, where it's is Fos even really Fos anymore? At a certain point, is Fos can you even consider this the same character? Because I mean, I don't know if you care if I spoil things later. I don't know if I don't know if I want to, but
I mean, I think you told me about some of the stuff that happens, but
yeah, I mean, it's really up to you two. If you guys, I can spoil some stuff that happens later. Okay,
Let's not for that.
Yeah, let's
The
Yeah,
dumpster
fair
goblins.
enough. They might make a season 2. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, it seems like they very well could, but yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like the whole.
there's definitely enough content.
Yeah,
for
I feel like the
season two.
whole like story is pretty much like if you like replace every like piece of wood of a boat, is it the same boat?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's like an old Greek saying that's like that. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so like it's just funny. I think it's like kind of a tragedy in that sense, where like the innocent character you saw in the beginning she's changed by circumstance, but she's also literally changed. It's like somebody hacking off pieces of your brain,
Yeah.
and like replacing them with pieces of other people's brains.
Yeah, well, especially since the whole thing is like their memories are stored within their whole body. They don't have a brain per se. It is just
Yeah, and that's the part I really liked about the series. That was my favorite concept of the series.
yeah.
It's just like that whole thing, because this Foss is the most shatterable gem. So it's just like she's gonna lose pieces of herself through the journey, and it's like at a certain point she's unrecognizable from what she was before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and at this point, she still has, at least at the end of the first season, she still has some idea of who she was.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if that's going to change eventually.
Yeah,
She's
I
gonna-
will say that definitely warps her perceptions a little bit later. It definitely affects her going forward.
I read some spoilers of what happens in the manga, and it doesn't. It sounds like it almost does like the cliff dive of like, ah, man, we had this idea.
Yeah, man, I really wish that the author hadn't gone the way that they decided to go on it. That's unfortunate, because there was a lot of potential there, but there are some good parts still to come. Like there's some really good stuff that happens. It's just at the point I'm at, I'm just like I've gotten all the information now, and I think it's kind of stupid.
Yeah. More so, I just like that show more than anything for it just is so good. It looks so good.
Oh my god, it's so pretty, and the soundtrack, like, oh my lord,
and
it has so many.
It's one of the few shows that I think has been aided by like 3D.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
There's that shot. It's where that one monster is chasing Diamond, and she's like crawling away from it.
Yeah, which would be like
so
impossible
good.
to do.
Yeah.
And like every time that Bort is like flying around, like that would be like so fucking hard to do in
Yeah.
Like
in
2D. Yeah, like I think it's like I've said before. I think this would be a worse show if they were to try and make it in 2D.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And I hope people take notes, because man, it looks so good.
Yeah. But oh gosh.
Anyway, that kind of brings me nicely into a new show I watched, at least with the 3D animation stuff. Into a new show I watched a little bit of this last week, which was the new Ultraman.
Oh, I watched the first episode of that
show.
I can't do it.
Nope.
Does it get better? Please tell me it gets better.
Story wise, a little bit. But animation wise, even animation wise, maybe I'm just getting more used to it. But the first 2 episodes really are like the most
It looks
egregious.
really bad. It looks so bad. Like it does not look good.
Nope.
It looks like you're watching like a PS3 cutscene. It's not good.
No.
Yep. There's like a lot of like jitteriness to the animation.
Yeah, like just randomly. It's like it's not like Dragon Prince where it was a conscious choice. It's literally like the frame rate dips sometimes. Like it's like when they're rendering it, something went wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. It's like, well, that render went bad, but we don't have time to do it again. All right, let's.
Yeah, let's do it. Because like it's not even jittery like in action like you see sometimes where it's like the character will be standing up or like he'll be looking left and then it jitters for no. It's like why did they keep this? Why is this
so
what they kept?
painful. And there's so many other things I hate about the animation for it. One of which is the incredible overuse of like dust and cloud particle effects.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really shitty. This must have been in, like even in storyboarding. Like this is only about the first episode. There's a part where the character jumps from a building onto a football field, and he skids. He like launches himself and skids into it. He gets up. There's not even a divot in the football field. He just gets up at the.
Man.
He stands up on perfect grass.
They don't until the final like bit of it ever dent the football field. I think the final time like a character lands in it, it actually shows some like shockwave.
Yeah.
Okay, because like that's like the most like they didn't consider anything
like
sort of thing.
They threw a JPEG in the background or something.
Almost.
Yeah, like it really makes it feel like you're just looking at a bunch of dolls fighting each other because like nothing's happening on their plastic stage. Like it's just it just didn't look good, and the textures are bad. Like in a TV show, like how does that happen?
Well, and the other thing that really bugs me is a lot of the environment stuff. Actually, some of the backgrounds look a little more hand drawn than
they do
than the foreground stuff. But a lot of it just feels like, oh, we want to like make the most use of like new lighting techniques and stuff like that with 3D. And so most of the environment looks like almost like a good 3D render. But the characters still have that toon shade look, and the lighting. Yeah,
they have like that weird toon shading,
and the lighting completely is mismatched on the characters and the environment.
Mm-hmm. It looks like they would make sense in a show where like the environment was also that cell shaded.
Yes, but it wasn't. And
like they're living in a really realistic looking world, and the fucking Ultraman is also super realistic looking, and so it looks like it looks so bad. It's like fucking Wind Waker characters just stepped out into like Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like
and I don't know how much it's not a great show. Honestly, you probably shouldn't watch it. So if anybody listening to this does care, I'm probably gonna say a couple spoilers coming up.
Okay, yeah. Spoiler alert for Ultraman.
Spoiler alert for Ultraman.
I'm a little disappointed.
Ultraman, it's like an old series. Everybody knows.
Yeah, but this is new characters.
I'm disappointed. I'm a little disappointed. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I was kind of the trailers made it look a lot better than
especially
it
after
looking like.
Gridman happened. Like
like how do you make a show like that and then when Gridman exists and the 3D's fucking awesome?
Yup.
Well, I mean, the 3D in Gridman objectively still looks clunky, but. It's supposed
but like it looks fucking awesome though.
It's supposed to be a guy in a monster suit. Like
and like all the fucking power up effects and like the fucking whenever he does like any of his super moves, like shit, dude, like camera work on that's hype as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ultraman just come on. That was my question: is do you think they started development on Ultraman after Gridman started to take off, like SSS Gridman?
Probably. I think this is the same studio who did Godzilla, I think.
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, since I mentioned some spoiler stuff, so one of the things, it's actually, this is incredibly minor and in the beginning, one of the characters, the main character, Ultraman, the new Ultraman, Ultraman's son, I guess, he is like in this helicopter talking to a guy that's a part of the secret SSSP, which I think was in the original organization. Probably, I don't really know the original that much.
I wish they would. Okay, yeah. Here's what I wish they would have done a recap. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, yeah.
I wish they would have done a recap because that show's fucking old. I haven't seen it. Like,
yeah. There's also, it's really confusing as to whether the old Ultraman, the new Ultraman,
is that canon?
Dad,
like, is that
what?
Like, is the old Ultraman like? It seems like this is like the continuation of the old, but I don't fucking know what the old one was like because I didn't
honestly
see
I have
it
no idea.
Really like.
Because they use the old Ultraman so much. Like, there's the museum that has the old Ultraman and stuff in it and all that.
Yeah, like, obviously Ultraman existed in the world. I just didn't know if this is like if this is like the Cyborg 001 thing, where it's like it's a completely different, like,
well, the other thing for Ultraman existing previously in this world, people seem incredibly surprised by the existence of aliens. Like,
right, even though giant monsters attacked the city once upon a time, like, I don't...
But they're not aliens.
I think they were, though. They might have called them
apparently
monsters.
Ultraman was an alien.
Yeah.
That's what they said. That's what they established in the very beginning.
Yep. Well, it's confusing as to what Ultraman is, because they keep saying, like, the blood of Ultraman.
Yeah, like, what does that mean?
Like, did Ultraman just, like, come bleed a little bit and was like, okay, bye.
Drink my blood. Drink it up.
It's like it's one for all, but Ultraman. One for Ultraman.
Yeah,
one for Ultraman.
One for Ultraman.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
But anyway, sorry,
the guys,
make your point.
They're talking in the helicopter, and The guy from the organization was like, "Why do you want to fight?" And the kid was like, "I want to beat that guy to smithereens." And the guy was like, "That was the answer I was looking for." It's just like, what? This is supposed to be a hero.
I want to beat that guy to smithereens. Also, I'm 10.
Yup. So that was a little questionable for him supposedly being a hero.
Yeah.
And then a little later in the show, we get to one point where this is spoilers a bit more. There's a pop idol in the show. I think you saw her briefly if you watched the first episode. I saw
her very briefly.
Yeah, where he like twisted that one guy's foot in front of her. But yeah. So later on, he's at one of her shows, and like she decides to take that time to be like, "Hey, you know how I've been saying I love Ultraman all along? I actually hate him because like my mom was killed when Ultraman was fighting a big giant monster, and I blame Ultraman for that."
Oh no, that's like the old. That's been a thing since Superman.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is like the tropiest shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It really is. And then like, so like Ultraman, of course, an alien attacks the concert, and Ultraman starts fighting, and like the roof is destroyed, so Ultraman like flies up and is holding the roof up, and then like the alien like,
oh my lord,
is like kind of going after the girl, and the girl's like, "Man, Ultraman, if you're a true hero, you'll be able to save all these people and me, and not a single person will be hurt ever again." And I'm like, he's holding the fucking roof up. Like, what more do you want?
I'm pretty sure I hate this show.
I was like, I looked at the show at first and I was like, oh, maybe. And I'm like more and more. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
That is like cookie cutter. Like that's like they just like copy pasted. Like, why would you even want that character? Like, is she still a love interest at that point?
Yes, and she still is after that.
Why? Oh my god, I hate her now. Like, yeah, nobody could as long as nobody ever dies again. Ultraman's doing a good job. Also, as long as the police stop every criminal who ever lived, they're doing a good job. Otherwise, they suck, and I hate them.
Yeah, otherwise they're actually as bad as the villains who are threatening to blow up
the city.
if
firemen can't stop every fire that ever happens before it kills anyone, then you should fire all the firemen. Because that's apparently what kind of world that this girl lives in.
Yo. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that was, like, the most just atrocious thing that happened. And then, like, she does an immediate, like, 180 as soon as that, like, is over. And she's like...
I'm sure she does a complete heel turn at that point.
And she's like, now I want to meet Ultraman and be, like, sorry and stuff.
I gotta be like, yeah, Ultraman, you're ultra rad.
Yep. And of course, she's like
ultra baby.
Of course, she's saying this to like the character who is Ultraman, but not in the
Obviously, she is, because the writers fucking like all had a stroke all at the same time, and just like this is what good story is.
Yep. Oh goodness.
I read one comic book one time, and now I think good story happened now this way.
Yep. The one thing I am kind of interested in about the story, there's like one minor redeeming thing, which is a certain character who the big fight is with in the beginning, where his motives are incredibly confusing throughout. And they still haven't really explained it, except to say that there was a plane crash in the beginning that it gets shown a lot, and supposedly... or at least they very heavily hint that he did not cause it. That he was just there. But it does seem to get blamed on him early on. Granted, old Ultraman's dad, whatever, it gets too confusing. There's too many Ultramen in the whole thing.
There's a lot of Ultramen in this Ultraman.
There's the old Ultraman and the his kid Ultraman, and then there's two more.
And the enemy Ultraman.
Well, yeah, and then the enemy guy who looks way too similar. I mean, they're all like human-sized, like
Yeah, they're all human
metallic.
sized too. Because
And then
wasn't Ultraman big? Wasn't that his thing? He's a big boy. Like he's a
yeah, he was, and now he's not. So
building. It's like the
deal
size
with
of a building. He's okay. Sure.
I think I kind of briefly read the Netflix like summaries, and I think he might get big in the last episode of the season. I don't know.
Oh boy,
But,
I can't wait.
Yeah, no,
Good.
they don't even explain that so much. Like occasionally somebody will be like, "Wait, isn't Ultraman huge?" And then like, and then they'll never approach it again.
They never bring it up again.
Pretty much.
Oh, I hate it. I hate this so much. I don't want to watch this.
It's so bad. Well,
I'm so
suffered
glad
for
I
you.
stopped after one episode.
I was gonna say you might have to not then.
Yup. But yeah, no, terrible show. Don't recommend it.
Yeah.
I've told you
Also,
basically
everybody should-
everything already, so
Everybody should ultra pass on that one.
yup.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll come back next week and summarize the entire series or entire season.
Yeah. Oh, please do. No, like, come up with some funny shit.
Yo.
To, like, to summarize that because this sounds amazing. Like, it sounds amazing in like all the wrong ways.
It is. It's
too bad.
It's such a
that's honestly too
spectacular
bad.
failure for what Ultraman, like for the legacy of Ultraman.
Yeah, like you think that they would have made something special,
Yeah.
like for that, like
Granted, you know,
because like Gridman was such a loving homage to the original. It's so weird how like they just didn't
do it for this.
didn't try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of shows seem to do that though. Like this is a long time ago now, but the when they tried to reboot the Knight Rider TV series,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they just
okay.
completely
That's a
like they were like, hey, you know everything that made this show like fun and interesting and what people liked about it? Let's just get rid of all that stuff.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of times they don't make a lot of these people aren't fans of the sort. Like
Yeah.
there's just studios who know that people want something, and so the execs just has hired directors who don't like know the source material that well.
Yeah. Like
that's why the Castlevania series was so good, is because the director was a huge fan. He's a huge fan of Castlevania, like a massive fan.
yeah, and I'm gonna say like not always can fans do a good job. You have to like
No,
balance that
but
out,
they respect the source material is what I'm trying to
you
get
have
at.
to
Like,
have that.
even if you like not all fans are good directors, but not a director being a fan will always make a better show than somebody who doesn't know the source material.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's actually some reasons why I like some shows like, geez, what is it? There's the one, like, I think it was on Netflix for a while, maybe it still is, it's a show about, succubus, and it has a lot of other mythological creatures, and I'm completely blanking on the name of it now.
It sounds familiar.
Beats me. It's not like the Grove, is it?
I don't think so. But, anyway, the reason I watched as much of that show as I did is just because everybody seemed to be getting so into it and having so much fun producing that show. And it wasn't that great of a show, really, but it was just so much fun to watch them having fun doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the reason I watched iZombie for so long.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's a good show.
No.
I don't think iZombie is a good show at all. But I fucking love my time with that show. Just because, like,
Oh, yeah.
they were having so much fun.
Particularly
Like, they were
Ravi,
having
like,
a fucking blast making that show, and you could tell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If only more people
Like, that
cared.
that main actress was just so fucking hilarious. She was so funny. Like all the time, every brain she ate, and I'm like, man, this is like watching Monk all over again, where it's just like a good time.
Yeah.
Or Psych.
Yeah,
like-
it
was gonna
was,
say
but I
Psych,
was
that's
getting
like my-
kind of sick of it towards the end, though.
No, yeah, same. I thought the last
dropped
season was
it
garbage.
after season 2.
Yeah,
I
fair.
finished
After
season 3.
1, and I was like, nah, that's all I needed out of that.
Yeah, after season 3, I dropped it. I was done after that. But because
Yeah.
it seemed like they'd run out of ideas and they were like not having fun anymore. That was the whole reason I'd started it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have time for one more thing. I don't have any news today
got
besides the
one.
whole Borderlands Epic Games thing.
I don't want to open. We already talked
Yeah,
about
we
Epic Games
already talked.
exclusivity.
Yeah,
I got
that's
one piece
exactly
of
it.
news that we can squeeze in. Just quick
Sure,
reacts. I already
sure.
sent you it because we're almost at an hour again.
Yeah.
One piece of news. So, you guys, April Fool's this year was weird. I can't trust anything because I think there was a post I saw that best summed it up. And I opened Twitter today and saw that Jim Carrey and Mussolini's granddaughter are having a Twitter feud. And that Elon Musk dropped a rap song. And those were both real things that happened on April Fool's Day.
Those are real things.
Yup.
Yeah.
Reality has just eclipsed fiction at this point, I think.
So that's all the shout out I got is you have not listened to R.I.P. Harambe from Emo G Records yet.
Yeah, fucking Jesus Christ.
God. I don't know if Elon Musk knows he's crazy at this point or if he just has too much money.
He has to know.
Yeah.
He has to know. I think it's impossible. He
knows he
has
has too much money and really likes memes from 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's too bad we're not going to get a chance to talk about Risk of Rain, but
yeah, we'll save that for next time.
We're too long again.
But
yeah,
for next time.
Yeah.
We'll leave you a little taste, little taste for our boys and girls.
Give it a little taste, just a little. Come on, just give it a little lick. I don't want to lick my microphone because that'll ruin it. But
I think your microphone will be fine. Unless you can somehow lick the inside of it.
All right. You want to hear that? You want to hear that? You ready to hear that? It's going to happen now.
Cut the feed. 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 Cut the feed.
See you, dumpster goblins.